What's going on, guys? It's JAHRONMON, and in today's video, we have another sneak preview slash first impressions of a brand new signature sneaker. This time, though, we're hopping over to the branded 3 stripes and checking out the Adidas Dame 6. So the Damian Lillard signature line from Adidas, in my opinion, has actually been a success. I mean, they've made some awesome sneakers. The Dame 2 was not only one of my favorite sneakers of that year, but it's one of my favorite sneakers to play basketball in of all time, period. I love that sneaker. And the Dame 4 was a go-to sneaker for me as well. But every other Dame sneaker, I'm actually not a huge fan of. So it's pretty funny. It's like every other Damian Lillard sneaker I really like. The ones in between, I'm not a huge fan of. The Dame 1, the Dame 3, and the Dame 5. I have problems with all of those sneakers. The Dame 1, it had a sloppy fit, cheap materials, but they look nice. It just didn't make sense performance-wise. The Dame 3, I was just not a huge fan of those visually whatsoever. However, I did hear that they were a beast on the court. I just couldn't get over those visuals. Not a fan of them. And the Dame 5, which I actually have right here, I have a lot of problems with this sneaker, but at the end of the day, it didn't really feel like a Damian Lillard sneaker. I mean, it's a lot bulkier than its predecessors, and I will say they don't play as bulky as they look, but they do play bulkier than the Dame 4, 3, 2, 1, and so on and so forth. So if we're going by the rule of every other Dame sneaker I'm going to enjoy, and when I say enjoy, I mean really enjoy, because the Dame 2 and 4 were amazing sneakers as far as I'm concerned. The Dame 6 should be an absolute banger on the court, and you can check them out right here with these photos that leaked online recently. I'm already on board with these guys. The Dame 6 looks like an absolute killer on the court, mainly due to the fact that it looks a lot closer to the foot, and it looks like it provides a much more low profile feel than its predecessor, the Dame 5, which is something that I'm really excited about. Now, as for the overall aesthetics of the Dame 6, I'm actually a pretty big fan of them. I mean, I think it's an awesome looking sneaker, and it really has this whole deconstructed off-white style feel to it, which makes a lot of sense because the whole off-white, deconstructed, see-through kind of look, we're seeing more and more of those sneakers every single day. I mean, it's the wave. That's what people want, so it makes sense that the Dame 6 is capitalizing off what people want to see, and not just their encore sneakers, but in sneakers in general. I mean, if you take a look at the medial side, that's where most of the action is going on. You have those exposed straps that are integrated into the lacing system. It's not covered up by an overlay, it's just exposed. Here they are. You can kind of see right through the sneaker. You can really see the bones of how the sneaker is constructed. And then also on the medial side of the midsole, usually on some colorways of the Dame 6, as we see here, you have words on them. On this colorway here, it says hashtag wear orange. I don't know if that's a Syracuse thing or whatever, but the words there on the midsole remind me a lot of the off-white sneakers where it says air or zoom on the midsole as well. I mean, it's pretty much a carbon copy of that kind of style. So I think it works. Some people may think they're trying to bite off Nike's off-white line, but to me, I think it's the wave. I think it's smart. And I also think it gives the Dame 6 some off-court appeal because, again, it is capitalizing on a ton of trends that are currently in right now in sneaker culture, one of which is over-branding. I mean, if you take a look at the Dame 6, there are 3 stripes everywhere you look. However, if you take a look at the heel, there actually aren't 3 stripes, there's 4. Really feels like a missed opportunity by Adidas, but you know what? That was their decision. Now, if you guys aren't completely sold on the Dame 6 visuals just yet, I honestly don't blame you. It's really hard to gauge what these sneakers are going to look like on these weird kind of leaked photos. But if you guys aren't sold on these yet, I want you to take a look at these on-court photos of the Dame 6 because in my opinion, when you get the Dame 6 where it belongs on somebody's feet on the basketball court, they look a whole lot better. It's like putting a polar bear in its natural habitat. You can't have a polar bear at the San Diego Zoo. You know how hot it gets in San Diego, man? That polar bear needs to be in like Alaska or Antarctica. Where are polar bears? Antarctica, right? Whatever. What I'm trying to say is when you get the sneaker where it's meant to be used, it looks a whole lot better. And this actually isn't very uncommon in sneakers. The Zoom Freak 1, a lot of you guys were not a fan of those sneakers visually in photos, but then when I showed you guys what they look like in action on a basketball court, you guys told me in the comment section below that the Zoom Freak 1 is actually a nice looking sneaker. And I think the same could be said for the Dame 6. Now, as for the tech specs of this sneaker, again, nothing is official. I'm just kind of deciphering what I could tell from these photos, but everything looks pretty standard from what we should expect from a Damian Lillard signature sneaker. The upper looks like a mixture of mesh and synthetic, with those synthetic overlays being very minimal, and it's just kind of there to beef up the sneaker and add more support. But if you take a look at the cushioning, specifically the midsole, this is where things get very interesting, because the midsole looks identical to the rumored Harden Volume 4s. Now, we all know the Harden signature line has been using Boost since its inception, and even though the rumored Harden Volume 4s don't show any exposed Boost, they could and probably do have encapsulated Boost. It kind of makes sense if Adidas wants to cash in on Dame's rising stardom to put Boost in his sneaker. That way they can up the price and they can cash in that way. But I do think Dame has been pretty adamant to keep his sneakers at a low price point. But we have seen guys in the past with similar philosophies like KD flip on that and just kind of go with the flow with the brand and keep upping the price of their sneakers. So hopefully that doesn't happen to Dame here. And if I had to bet my dog's life on if the Dame 6 is going to use Boost or Bounce, I'm gonna bet my dog's life that the Dame 6 is gonna use Bounce. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Dame 6 right now. There is no rumored release date, but if you guys follow me on Instagram at JAHRONMON, or you stick right here to the channel, I probably will give you guys an update as we get closer and closer to the Dame 6's release. But in the meantime, let me know what you think about the Dame 6 in the comment section below. And as always, guys, subscribe to the channel for more sneaker related content just like this. And if you haven't seen my first impression on the brand new Kobe Bryant signature sneaker, you could do so with the video over here right to your right. My name is Jaron. It's been great having you. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.